Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and we're specifically going to talk about the new Fizbans Treasury of Dragons, and specifically we're going to talk about the gem dragons, right? So on the cover of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, we see a dragon that has these like hardened rocks that are translucent. So they are either crystals or they are gems, right? So let's talk about what may be in the book, right? What I'm excited. I'll talk about what I am hoping is in the book regarding gem dragons. So I think it is going to be gem dragons. I don't think it's going to be crystal dragons. And I'm very excited about this. I think it's really fantastic. I'm so excited about Fizbans Treasury of Dragons. I think it's a really good pick for the next book. And this is what I'm hoping comes out of the gem dragons. So so specifically from the gem dragons, what I really want them to do is a very clear breakdown of what you can do with these gems when you kill these dragons, right? So basically, dragons are kind of useless in Dungeons & Dragons. They shouldn't be, but they really are, right? So you can't get a dragon anywhere close to any kind of a party until they're like at least 6th level or above, right? Or you're going to have to do some kind of wormling or young adult, right? Dragon, and then, nobody really cares about your Smurf dragon, right? So really, fully formed dragons are not really usable in the game because they're so powerful. And essentially, what you end up doing with dragons is you bring them in at the end, right? Now, I actually introduce dragons a lot into my games, and what I do that through is just dragon scales, right? So dragon scales are incredibly powerful in my games, and they show up a lot, right? And it makes sense. Like, if a dragon dies, like every single dragon scale is going to do something, special and something magical. And so dragon scales are all over my game. And actually, I've started to use dragon scales almost like gold, right? So now, of course, actually, one dragon scale is worth 100 to 1,000 gold pieces in my world. And basically, the way we do it in our game is dragon scales actually hold spells. So they can be used as spell focuses. You can actually just destroy a single dragon scale to give yourself a +2 on one of your attributes, right? But there's a risk to it. If you do it, like if you drink it in a potion or anyway, it can literally kill you. So, and you have to make that roll, and there's no death saves. It's just like you're dead, right? If you fail your death save. Or if you fail your roll when you infuse a dragon scale. So we do all kinds of things, right? Well, gem dragons are going to be even more valuable. These gems are going to be incredibly useful as spell components, as weapons, right? Like, take a gem, off of a dragon, mount it onto a rod the same way you would an axe or a hammer. What kind of damage is a gem dragon gem gonna do? Like, we don't even know. And the reality is, I think that's the biggest part that could be really cool from this book is when you kill one of these things, or if somebody else kills one, right? You could have an entire campaign just around one gem gotten from a gem dragon, right? So I think that'd be really exciting. I'm really excited about just what you can do with the gems from a gem dragon when they're killed, right? The other thing that I'm really curious of, and this was brought up, I didn't even think about this. This was brought up by, I think it was William, actually left a comment. And so you have this situation where, so chromatic dragons are generally evil aligned, metallic dragons are good aligned. What are gem dragons going to be aligned, right? I'm guessing they're going to be neutral. I think they're going to be neutral aligned, or they're not going to list them at all. But it's going to be hard for D&D not to list their alignment because even just giving the breakdown on dragons, right? It's a big time thing that chromatic dragons are evil and metallic dragons are good. Like, that is a very, very, very big part of their history, right? So if Dungeons & Dragons tries to roll up and be like, oh, dragons don't have alignment, we're not listing the alignment, it's going to make them look foolish. It's going to make them look like they don't even know the history of their own game, right? That's one of the things that's really interesting with, like, woke D is really interesting because like some of the things they're doing to make D&D more woke, I'm like, nah, I don't like that. Other things, I'm like, yeah, that definitely need to be changed, right? So like, it's interesting because I want to balance, and it really, and I'll tell you right now, clearly, I'm not down with post alignment D&D, so I definitely am going to be a little torqued if they don't have alignments on these dragons. Very excited about these dragons overall, and I think the coolest thing that we could get from the gem dragons is just what the gems do once you kill one of these things and pull it off of them, right? The other thing that would be interesting is I wonder if a gem dragon maybe could gift a gem, one of their own gems, and then grow it back, almost like a rhinoceros, growing a horn or something. That'd be kind of interesting. It's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for this book. I'm very excited about the gem dragons. Definitely think it's the most exciting thing coming out of the dragon book. But I'll tell you, 5th edition Draconomicon, bring it. I'm so here for this. And I think everybody's going to be just really excited about it. All that's my opinion. What do you think will be the First of all, what alignment do you think the gem dragons are going to be? And what do you think is going to be the coolest thing about the gem dragons? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.